Wow, what an ugly day. This market was pretty crazy this morning. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader coming at you on a Wednesday, February the 4th. Boy, this morning's price action, very trappy, very trappy. I would venture to say that the entire day was pretty much kind of a trappy price action day. And it just made for some difficult trading. Unfortunately, I did trade this morning session on my take profit accounts and suffered a pretty bad loss, a little over 400 across each account. So those 4 accounts or 5 accounts are down $2,000. I did take some trades on the 5 Apex accounts that I've been trading and went from immediate red and slowly got them back to being slightly green, up $50 per account there. And that was it. So yeah, I is what it is. Let's just dive into it, and we'll talk through some of the trades. Actually, let me back up just a little bit to preface a little bit for the day. Notice again how I had told you a lot of trappy action here. Here we had trapped shorts. Here we trapped longs. Here we trapped shorts. Here we kind of trapped longs again a little bit. And you could see the same thing here. We had a bit of a short trap there. On NQ, this was probably the best trade of the day as a break and retest of prior day low right there. I did not take it, but just very trappy, and it was kind of that way across all markets. And so some of these trades I'm completely okay with. Maybe I shouldn't say it that way. They were okay trades to take, but because of the way that the market was moving today, they just simply didn't work. However, as you'll see if we go to TradeZella, I did take a lot of B and C setups today, not my A+ setups. And had I done that and had I recognized that, the outcome would probably have been a little bit better today than where we ended up. So let's dive in. So the net loss today, 1780, 50% win rate. Average trade win was very skewed in the wrong direction. Average $52 winner, loser 142. So that's not great at all. On the week, we're only down $500, so that's a positive, and we should be able to come back from that. So let's look at the trades themselves. I think we're going to actually walk through them in TradeZella today. It might make a little bit more sense with some of the stuff I was talking about. So first one was a break and retest on the NASDAQ. And here we had the tumble in the morning as we fell below the prior day low, took the entry. You can see here we have a wick rejecting this level, and we're also kind of rejecting prior day low. The stop was tight, but again, there was a lot of volatility. So, probably the critique here, too much size. I should have been in with maybe just one contract here and kept my stop up above. But really, this didn't play. This was really a trap that didn't play. And so it is what it is there. Moving on to trade number 2, which was also on the NASDAQ. I was really only trading NQ or ES today. So here you can see the trapped short. Right there was that trapped short entry. And then we took this move to the upside with basically a break and retest of prior day high to the long side. A little bit aggressive. And again, this is not a very good setup. If you scroll up here, we can see okay, I didn't mark it, but let's go to the strategy. There was only 1 box checked out of 4. That makes this a C setup. Really not a, it's an okay setup, but it's not what we're looking for. Notice I only gave it 2 stars. And this one here, we had, the move here, but as you can see, this thing really started to bleed. Notice something too where the stop is at. If I'm really being trading the way I should be, I probably have too much size once again for the volatility, because to risk 150, this is where my stop was, but really that stop should have been below this level. And had it been there, I may have survived this. I took kind of an unfortunate loss on this trade. And matter of fact, I'm going to go to the charts, and we're going to zoom in here, and I'll show you that. So here's the thing that I liked here this morning. After this trap reject, we had this trap of the shorts. This was that long entry, and you'll notice these wicks holding, and I got taken out right there on this bottom wick there, and then we pushed back higher, and I took the next entry here. And this was one I really screwed up on, but I like this. But again, going back to what I said, this stop should have stayed below. We might have survived and got out of this trade for a lot better of a position than where we were at. So let's go back to TradeZella and go to the next trade. which was also a losing position. However, this was also a C setup, and now you can see there was that unfortunate stop out, so we got back in the trade. And then for this one here, we got to the first profit target and we had the big push up, and I got way too greedy. I got way too greedy on this and was looking for a big run. That's what I was looking for, is a big move here. And that was really, really stupid of me to do that. The fact that I was red, should have taken some profits. I did take, something here. I think I took $75 off there, but I could have taken more profit here. But what happened is this thing rolled back over and held above prior day low. I added 2 more contracts, and then it rolled over and took me out. So unfortunate there, and at that point I was down to 400, a little over 400, and I just didn't feel like continuing to trade. I probably could have squeezed in one more trade before I hit my daily stop, but I just decided, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm on the wrong side of it today, and I'm staying away. So let's move on. The next trades were really on ES, and again, I'm going to go to Trade Zella so we can show you that. And this was then I flipped to the Apex accounts. And I almost quit after this one here because first trade, immediate loss. B setup, not great, but I did notice this double bottom. There was a double bottom here, shorting, basically this rejection. I love this wick rejection here. Was immediately into some profit, but then it just simply reversed again, trapped again. It's just the way this day was. I mean, today was difficult. And then we worked our way into some profits. So. For this, I really want to show you. I'm gonna go out and let's just do this. So you can see. I want to talk about the last trade, which was the best one. But here, looking for a break and retest short, got out with TP1, got stopped out there. We just couldn't continue. Again, trapped shorts. Here, looking for a break below prior day low. We had the break below prior day low. We came up and tested it. I was a little hesitant there, got into the position here, out with part of the contracts taken off there, and then stop break even. But at least I got a little bit of profit, so we got some profit here. We got some profit here. And as we flipped back above prior day low right here, took the long, again hesitated probably a little bit too much. Only got a small little profit, stop break even, but a little bit more profit, and then we want to get to this last trade. This was probably the best trade, even though it was maybe not the greatest from a setup criteria standpoint. I forget what this was. This was actually a B setup, so not bad. But this is what I wanted to show you. Notice how, let me get rid of these lines here. Notice how we were really kind of up and down with prior day low, but here we broke above it, and notice these holds. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles there holding very cleanly above prior day low, and I said I have to take this shot. Took the trade here. Stop was able to be right below PDL, and I actually got pretty aggressive and moved all the contracts here and took them like 1, 2, 3 on the way up. Let's actually jump out to the chart so you can see that. So right there you can see it. There was my entry, stop was below here, and I just took those boom, boom, boom as we touched that high, and immediately we rejected once again. Just very volatile, very, again, trappy, in my opinion, very trappy type day. This was the move. Had I just stayed, this could have been a really nice move. But at that point, I was back to green. That trade was a little over $100 and was the best trade of the day, and I really liked the cleanliness of that setup. So that's where we're at. Short and sweet. It was a difficult day. I'm happy that it's not worse. Let's put it that way. I'm not happy that I took that loss on the take profit accounts, but hey, we'll get back at it. We'll jump back at it. I'm sure of that. Let's look at the week. So here we go. On the week on Apex, we're up about 170 per account on those 5 that we've been trading. And on Take Profit, we are now down almost 300 per account after we had a green day Monday, red day yesterday. So we can recover that through the rest of the week. At least that's the game plan. So all's not lost. I'm happy that I was disciplined enough to be careful after the morning session and kind of go more into a scalp mode and quickly go to break even here at the lows today and able to work myself back into green. So that's the win for me today. And once again, thanks for following along. Appreciate you guys. Hope you had a great day. Let's keep our heads screwed on straight, because this market, I think we're trying to figure out, the market is trying to figure out big picture Are we going to continue to bleed lower, or are we going to bounce off of some of these major levels that we're getting into to the downside? Are we going to bounce and get further upside again, or is this thing going to continue to bleed? If we do lose some of these major levels, we could see a big tumble to the downside. Let's look at ES real quick. ES, very similar. Let me zoom in here a little bit more. I mean, we're flirting here with these major lows coming in right here. You know, we had some highs, lows. Right here we had a bit of a blip through there, but we have a low, we're right there. So it really depends. You know, are we going to continue to drop? If we do, we could see some downside really pushing to some of these lows, or maybe this thing rebounds back up. If it goes back up, we're going right back into this chop city, which is, I don't know, not a fan. I like it better when we have bigger moves. Just a better opportunity for me. But anyway, that's today. We survived. We kept the red to a minimum, and we're happy about that. So, hey, thanks for following along. Appreciate you guys. Take care. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.